Hey Bobcats, I'm your host Maria McCormick and you're watching The Prowl, West Broward's weekly news show. This week, our reporters take a look at some recent changes to the Spoken Word Club, one of which being a new sponsor. We will also look into whether pit bulls should be allowed into suburban communities, some highlights from last Friday's football game, and how a freshman in color guard got to where she is today. But first, Brendan McCann has an update on Spoken Word Club.
Anymore. You know how artists let me just go. All right, so this poem is called October 22nd, all right? It was October 22nd on a Wednesday when I told the Bay I had caught feelings. His eyes were the moon and his smile sparkled like the stars. I walked up to the silver-tongued Princeton, kissed him on his sun-kissed lips. I only wish.
I was like, when I first met Mr. Badu, he was just like, I was like, hey, Mr. Badu, how are you? He was just like, who is this girl knocking on my door? I don't know who this girl is, but whoever she is, she needs to like calm down. I don't know why she's excited. That was when we really did start talking, especially during the summer. It was amazing. Like right now, we're doing a lot of great things.
Last year, it wasn't really as active as it should have been. So the Jason Taylor Foundation reached out to me to see if we can get it started again.
The Jason Taylor Foundation is based in South Florida and it aims to help children in need. It sponsors the Blue Apple Poetry Network and Larger Than a Bomb Florida, two poetry networks that give students a platform to share their writing.
We were so dynamic under the leadership of Mrs. McCann 2 years ago that they wanted to make sure that we were able to give kids the opportunity to have that sort of atmosphere again.
With plans for everything from poetry cafes to poetry slams, the Spoken Word Club is definitely a club to keep an eye on this year. This has been Brendan McCann.
The pit bull is a dog breed that has a history of being trained to fight, and this reputation has followed them into suburban neighborhoods. Amanda Costa has more.
Pursued by rumors, a lack of evidence, and blatant lies, the pit bull has become the world's most banned breed of dog, striking out in about 12 different countries. Recently in Canada, a Quebec judge issued a temporary pause on Montreal's pit bull ban, presenting the country with a delay on the future of these precious pups. Supporters of the movement to ban the breed from everyday households went on to say the entirety of the breed is uniquely dangerous and could identify studies indicating attacks by pit bulls and their closest relatives outnumbered those of other breeds. Claims furthering the aggressive narrative argued pit bulls were born with the strongest jaw of all other dog breeds, when in fact this was statistically found to be untrue. The amount of force exerted per bite was found to replicate the average level found in many other dogs, ranking in at about 235 pounds per square inch. A survey presented by the American Temperament Test Society even found that 86.8% of American Pit Bull Terriers had passed their temperament testing. This number was found to surpass more popular breeds, including the Golden Retriever and Beagle. Of 122 different canine breeds tested by the Society, Pit Bulls ranked 4th for passing temperament testing. Media-based bias and misrepresentation criminalizes the entirety of the breed, making it difficult for communities everywhere to see the true, expressive nature of these loving dogs. This has been Amanda Acosta for The Prowl.
Now that we've gone on a look into what's happened this week, it's time for a break. When we get back, we will take a look into the ways that a West Broward student is taking advantage of their opportunities here and the highlights of the football game against Hollywood Hills.
What if we treated a physical injury like we treated mental illnesses?
I mean, it's not that bad.
Yeah, she could have just worn makeup.
I mean, I just don't get why she can't just make it go away.
People with mental illnesses, like anxiety and depression, are constantly being told that it's no big deal.
Can you get the nurse, please? Just keep a positive mind. Maybe it'll stop bleeding.
Just because you can't see it, doesn't mean it isn't there.
West Broward is best known for the variety among extracurricular activities, and that makes it easier for students to try many new things in their time here. Maya Yeltrab is only a freshman, and she's already taking advantage of her opportunities here at West Broward.
Maya Yeltrab was a gymnast at the top of her game. However, after being a gymnast since the age of 8, Maya had felt that she had hit a bar. Figuratively, of course.
My reason for joining gymnastics was that I wanted to try something new. My favorite part about gymnastics was when we got to travel to go to away meets. Like, for example, we got to go to New York and Las Vegas, Chicago. So my favorite part was traveling with the team to compete. One of the most difficult parts about gymnastics was probably having to face my fear of trying new skills. The friendships I made doing gymnastics were very long-lasting, and my team was like a family to me.
The longer you stay in gymnastics, the more difficult it gets, which means you're spending more time practicing and less time with friends, family, or other outside activities.
The reason that I switched out of gymnastics was I knew it was going to be hard entering high school. Practices ended around 9 p.m. and I kind of got tired of it. I just wanted to switch into something new.
Despite how time-consuming it was, Maya still enjoyed the physical activity of gymnastics. Taking color guard allowed Maya to still enjoy this, while still being able to balance it with the rest of her life.
I decided to switch into color guard because my friends had been telling me about it for a while, and they told me it involves dancing and performing, and I love to dance and perform. My favorite part about being in color guard is getting to see the progress that we've made by the end of the day. I love working with the flag and dancing and just seeing progress that we made with the band by the end of the day. I don't really have any regrets stopping gymnastics because I feel like if I didn't stop, I would regret it now.
The West Broward football team kicked off their season with a win this past Friday. Take a look.
Scrivener's pass is almost intercepted by Corey Sesto. Now it's 4th down. Dropped, it's fumbled, picked up by Jacory Weatherspoon for a touchdown. This is right, this is right, this is right. Richardson takes the kick, breaks one tackle, breaks another. Going around left side, one more kick of the beat. At the 10, the 5, touchdown, West Prowl. And there are no flags on the field. That was a 60-yard touchdown run by number 7, Daniel Richardson.
Now that we've caught up with what's happened this week, we've reached the end of our show. I'm your host, Maria McCormick, and this has been The Prowl.